viewers, this is Hannah with Best Ecig Review, and tonight we are reviewing the Cloupour T6. Do we really need another one of those? What are they on, 16? So let's see how Joey likes this mod.
Hi, I'm Joey with Best Ecig Review, and today we are reviewing the T6 by Cloupour. So here we have the Cloupour T6 up close. It is aluminum. The dimensions are 93 by 47.5 by 30 millimeters. There are brass threads and a brass connection right here. The button layout is that the firing button's right here at the top, and you have the 2 wattage adjustment right here at the bottom on the right side of the face. You can see that the top one is what turns up the wattage, the bottom one is what turns down the wattage. So this device isn't very sturdy. It is made out of aluminum, like I said earlier. It does also have this powder coat on here, so it's really easy to scratch as well as it's easy to dent. The aluminum here on the side and on the tops, it's still pretty thick, but it is aluminum, like I said, so it will break, or it will dent easy. And then the buttons, they seem really loose, like when you move them around, but when you shake it, there's hardly any rattle, and they're nice and sturdy to the push. So this is a powder coat finish. It does have a metallic look to it, which does give it a pretty nice sheen. It's not really a fingerprint magnet, as you can see. It's not really picking up on fingerprints whatsoever. This does come in this blue, a black, a silver, or a red. Any tank would basically look good on this, especially with the back of it put on there. Any tank from like 18650 tanks, like 22 and 23 millimeters, all the way up to even 30 millimeters sit flush on this. And the size for this device, I mean, it's still not for everybody. Not everybody likes these big box mods or even smaller box mods like this, but it's not that bulky. So you can see right here, you do have an OLED screen. The wattage goes from 7 to 100 watts, as well as the voltage will adjust according to the ohms of your coil. There is no menu inside of this thing, so what you see is what you see. You can click both of these down for 10 seconds and it will lock the power adjustment, so it's stuck at what it is. So the safety with this device, there is no 10-second shut-off with this, so that is a safety hazard, especially if you're using an RDA. There is reverse battery protection. This device does come with a 15-amp protection on the inside, so that adds a little protection to your battery. This thing does sub-ohm down to 0.2. I don't know why you'd use that with a high wattage device, but some people like to still build low. And then there are vent holes. So right here you can see there's 15 vent holes, and there's also 6 more at the bottom, and they're right by the battery. One thing we didn't like about this device is that the magnets right here went into there and there, as well as up here to hold the back of the battery casing intact. They fell out after a while of using this device, and that's another safety issue with this device, because with an exposed battery, it's not really that safe. And it's also not great machining if the magnets are going to fall out after like a week of use. The pros for this device is that the 26650 battery capacity in this makes it really nice. You can use it throughout the day, or maybe even last you a couple of days. The fact that it can go range anywhere from 7 to 100 watts gives you a lot of range in between your vapes. And then the size on this is not too big of a size. I mean, it fits right in my hand. It's not too bulky. Some people don't like the bulky mods, so if you are looking for like a box mod that's not too bulky, this is the way to go. The cons for this device is that being that it's powder coated in aluminum, it's really easy to dent and scratch. Also, like I showed you guys earlier up close, the magnets fall out, and the back of the battery housing doesn't really fit in there very well. And then also, this thing has a huge voltage drop. When you're vaping it, it's hard to get the full potential of the power when you can't even get all the voltage that you want when you have the wattage cranked up on whatever RDA or tank you're using. So you can find these anywhere from $100 to $150 depending on where you go and where you look, and you'll find these in quite a few vape shops as well as all over the internet. So overall, this device, I mean, it's not the greatest. The 26650 battery inside of it gives it, you know, a little bit of a bump in the grade just because it does last quite a long amount of time. The 100 watt range is nice, but also with the high voltage drop this thing has, the 100 watts is kind of pointless because you may be cranking up the wattage, but you're not getting the full voltage out of it. Also, the magnets on the back falling out, not working very well. I mean, that exposes the battery, and that will expose it to all the outside elements like water or anything like that that could ruin the inside or the battery itself. And also, this thing does not have a 10-second shut-off switch. I mean, it does have a temperature reading inside of here, so the temperature reading will probably shut it off when it thinks it's getting too hot. But if you're like in a cold environment and you're just cranking on this thing and it doesn't shut off, that could set some cotton on fire or, you know, do something unsafe. So overall, we gave this device a solid C. I mean, it could be better, it could be worse. I mean, one thing that they did fix is in the Cloupour T8, and that's something to look forward to. We're going to be doing a review on that in the near future. And that was a T6 by Cloupour. For the full written review, click the link in the description below or go to besteCigReview.com. I'm Joey with Best E-Cig Review, and remember, I'll be back.
We know you're a fan of getting free stuff, but are you a fan of beer? Well, if you're not, then you should be, because we give away everything we review. Click here to visit besteCigReview.com and then click on the contest tab to learn more. Have questions about this product? Then let us know in the comments section below and we'll hit you back. Do you like these reviews and want to see more of yours truly? Then click here to subscribe. Remember to keep it social, share beer, and as always, watch responsibly.